Good evening, everybody. How are you doing? This is obviously going to be a live broadcast because Frankie can't be bothered to edit. But today is going to be a really quick video where I review and describe to you my experience so far with my brand new Rode NT USB microphone. I purchased this from Apex Digital. Apex Digital. I tend to slur my words. I'm sorry about that. So Apex Digital is a videography, filmography kind of supply store. They're based out of Taft Avenue in Manila. And but you can't order from them online. You do kind of have to Viber them and call them and their landline, but you can transact completely online through bank transfer, and then they can zip you the thing you ordered via Lalamove, which is how I got this the day I paid for it and ordered it. So very, very fast delivery. I was very, very happy with my service. I am enjoying this microphone so far. Just to give you some information on this microphone specifically, this is a cardioid condenser microphone from Rode, the company that makes a ton of really good microphones. And what makes this unique to a lot of the Rode microphones that I've seen is that this one seems to really prioritize kind of studio music work versus podcasting. So it is described as a pro studio microphone. And as somebody who has recorded in an actual studio, I will say that this sounds very close to the microphone that was in the studio where I would record before, which is Genesis Records in Makati. So the buds, so when you purchase it, it comes with a pop filter with Rode on it. So, and you have your, what do you call that thing again? This thing. You have this thing. Stand mount. There you go. You have the stand mount. It comes with the pop shield, the stand mount. You get a dinky little tripod. It's more stable than it looks, but it's really tiny. And then, of course, you get a 6 meter long, really long USB cable. And then also you get this pleather zip case that you can stuff the microphone into if you want to stuff the microphone into something. It can't fit the tripod in here, just the microphone, maybe the pop filter. Actually, I'm not even sure it'll fit the pop filter. Just some information, if you guys are into specs, I will read off the specs for you guys in terms of, etc. This is the polar pattern. If you want to see, it's a cardioid polar pattern. It has a significant boost. There is a bump up in what looks to be the 876. So I guess I'm saying the 5 to like the 9K range. There's a bit of a bump there. It's hard to tell with this chart. But yeah. But it has a frequency range of about 20 hertz to 20,000 hertz, which is the human voice, obviously. 96 decibel dynamic range and a max SPL of 110 decibels. It is a USB microphone, so no phantom power. I have never seen a USB microphone that requires phantom power, though, so duh. And it has, so I thought these knobs were actually EQ or gain, but no, they are just to control the monitor jack. There is a monitor jack, so you can do latency-free monitoring. So cons is this is a really expensive mic. If you want to purchase it from Sweetwater, you can purchase it for $169 US. I will not convert that for you into pesos. I will just say that it hurt my wallet pay for this, but thankfully you can. It does come with if you register it, you get an extended warranty of 2 years. So I mean, it's fine, and I'm pretty sure. So it has a free 2-year warranty. You get free tech support. It's pretty good. The microphone I used to use before this was the Apogee microphone. It's a really portable condenser microphone, also a USB microphone. You can see right here. This one is sort of biased towards the iOS. I am using a Mac, but whatever. And I kind of did a bit of a recording test with the two. I don't want to disconnect this one and plug this one in. I don't know what it's going to do to the live thing. But this one sounds significantly more underwater, and this one sounds very, very clear. I really like how I sound with this. Very, very crisp consonants. And thankfully, the pop filter does kind of course, shield you from the plosives. That being said, even without the pop filter, my plosives aren't as explosive as they are on this guy. This is very sensitive. So I will say that the sensitivity of this microphone is kind of in that sweet spot where you're not, making someone sound like explodey face. I don't know. I don't want to say anything gross. It is a side address microphone. I know a lot of like USB condenser microphones. So this one went head to head with the Blue Yeti on musiccritic.com. And the Blue Yeti, I believe, if I remember what I read, there's an option for you to make it so that it is omnidirectional. So you can record on both sides or put it in the middle and then have like two people talking. This is obviously just a side address microphone. So it sounds a bit like a junk on the other side. I'll let you listen. It sounds really bad here. And if I treat it like an end address microphone, I get kind of, actually, this is what this sounds like. So considering that, this is what this sounds like. This is pretty good. It's still not as good as if obviously I recorded on, I speak into the side of the microphone I'm supposed to speak on. What else am I supposed to say with this? I have a very mid-range voice, a very, very MIDI, because I'm a mezzo-soprano. And for a girl, I have quite a low voice, which kind of ends up in like the male concept of a mid. What I appreciate about this microphone is that I sound remarkably clear, despite the fact that I have that very MIDI voice, and MIDI voices can kind of sound very muddy. Something I've experienced with other microphones in the past that I've used. So quite like that. I also like, and this is a weird note to put there, how I sound speaking into this is how I sound when I'm not listening. You know what I mean? You know how when you record yourself, you're like, I sound like that? So you don't get that effect with this. You sound like what you expect to sound like with just very little variance. So I think this has a nicer tone color, at least when capturing my voice. But I think what's important, a lot of people tend to do these videos and they make it like a talking test. I think you're here for the singing test. So I'm going to sing a little bit into this. Take note that my range is a mezzo-soprano, so quite, again, mid to low for a female. And I'm not going to sing with a backing track. I'm just going to go a cappella into this so you can get an idea of how it kind of captures vocal timbre raw. So how would your raw signal sound like if you were recording this? So considering my room is not soundproof, not a studio, whatever, this is how you would sound. I'm going to sing a little bit of Fake Happy, which I was singing earlier. I'm just going to go into If I smile with my teeth, think you believe me? If I smile my teeth, think I'll believe me? Oh, please, don't ask me how I've been. Don't make me play pretend. Oh, no. Oh, what's the use? Oh, please, I bet everybody here is fake happy too. So that's on the higher side of my range. I'm kind of head toning some of that a little bit because I couldn't belt it. If I go into, because I think it's more in my range, I could do there's a harvest each Saturday night. So proximity effect is very strong. So you kind of want to back up. If you're going to go a bit low, you're going to go here. There's a harvest each Saturday night, and the bar is filled with perfume and hitching a ride. A place you could stand, that was a bit off key there, for one night and get gone. It's clear this conversation ain't doing a thing, 'cause these boys only listen to me when I say I don't feel like singing tonight. All the same songs. Little bit of a muffly, foggy signal vocally. I think you can clean that out by like cutting a bunch of the lows. But otherwise, pretty good for a home studio USB microphone. I quite like this. So there you go. That is my demo mic test, mic check with the Rode NT USB microphone. This is $169 on sweetwater.com. I purchased this in the Philippines at Apex Digital for a price I will not disclose because it hurts me to talk about it. But there you go. I hope this is helpful to you guys. And see you guys in an actual musical video.